Hello everyone and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. I hope you guys are having a very good end of the week. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. As you know, it's the only thing that I ask. So, we've been feeling some pressure in the overall stock market over the week. Why? Well, once again, bonds were selling off too quickly, too aggressive in shorter periods of time. Even today, it was at some point TLT, which is the mix of 10 and 30-year bonds, so 20-year average duration in the US was at 88 or something. So it dropped from 91 to 88. And there is a big drop in the bond market, as I've mentioned this repeatedly in this channel ad nauseum. But it's so weird because out of all these YouTube finance channels, it seems to me that I'm the only one that consistently talks about this. And every time you see stocks kind of selling off a bit more aggressively, you see the crypto market stalling, you see even gold struggling a little bit. Every single time, or almost all the time, you do see TLT or the bonds selling off quite a bit. And the point is not that the bonds cannot go down. Bonds can go down. That part is fine, but you cannot have drops of 0.7%, 0.8, 1.2, 1% per day. Now, I've said this before, the bond market in the world is way bigger than the stock market is the big daddy. Don't forget, we live in a debt-based financial system, which means debt is the key, and all the other markets, eventually, we can lead with a lower pricing of debt, but we cannot deal with, rapid drops in bonds and somehow have the stock market and all the other markets pumping like crazy. Now, you can have a disconnect for about 2 to 3 days, but then invariably you need a stable bond market for the other markets to thrive, which is exactly what we were having. Now, maybe the protection plunge team came into action, and when we were selling off again on the bonds, all of a sudden there's a big bid in the market, a mysterious buyer, and all of a sudden all is well. So, you take that as you may see fit. Now, what is happening on the crypto space, which, as you guys know, my favorite. By the way, stock market, as I've mentioned this, the reason why I don't cover it so much anymore, it's because, in my view, the Fed has removed the risk from the stock market. I mean, meaningful risk, okay? Because people always, distort this view. I'm not talking about every single week and every single day it's going to be green candles. What I'm saying is the time of the 80% drops and 80% collapses and 90% collapses, that time is over. So when you see people like Harry Dent predicting, the S&P to drop 86% because in 1929 something happened. Look, 1929 we were in the gold standard. 1929 we couldn't print money. 1929 we let unemployment rate get to 25%, and and the stock market dropped 89% with the Fed doing very little. Okay, there's no comparison to today's world. I mean, the way of trading, the way of investing, the information out there, but most importantly, the Fed is very content, and the other central banks, to debase your currency as much as it need to stop bleedings at 40% and 25% and 30%. I mean, think about even the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq exploded from 2020 to 2021, and the most we went down was 38%. And the S&P, the most we went down was 25%. And here in this channel, for the all-time followers, you guys remember this, I was predicting new all-time highs before end of quarter one 2024, and we got all of them, and we got them in December 2023 and beginning of 2024. Now, crypto market, as I said, Ethereum should start finally outperforming more consistently Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin continues, in my view, and will continue to rise. So when I say outperform, I'm not talking about Bitcoin collapsing. That's not the point. But I do see Bitcoin going up into the future. Now, with Mt. Gox coins coming, with the fact that the miners consistently sell Bitcoin, it will be Ethereum is better positioned to do better. And I wouldn't be surprised, by the way, if Ethereum eventually becomes the number one crypto by market cap. Will it be this cycle? Maybe yes, maybe no. Last cycle around, Ethereum was a 3x away, 300% move away from overtaking Bitcoin. So it has been, further apart before. Now, Grayscale also has a lot of Ethereum, so there was also an Ethereum trust with a lot of Ethereum holdings. Will we experience 2 to 3 months of constant selling, like the one we've witnessed by Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, when it converted into an ETF? Hopefully, Grayscale learned their lesson, and they will not try to charge a fee, 10 times more expensive than the competitors, which means people will not be selling off consistently of their, forcing the sell-off of their all index to go into the other ETFs. But you never know. That's a possibility. That's why I say that you should start to really see the beginning of the bull market potentially closer to the end of the summer. Now, other coins, particularly Pepe related coins, Andy, Fori, Hopi, they're all doing very well. And I do expect them to keep doing very well. As for the retirement coins, Pulsion, PulseX, Hydron, Icos, etc., they tend to pump because they're cycle 2 narratives. They tend to pump closer to the end of the bull market. Now, when I say to the end of the bull market, people need to understand something. Now, throughout the bull market, all sorts of coins go up. And sometimes you have cycles within the cycle, meaning, okay, now is the cycle for this type of coins, and now is the period where this type of coins outperform, and now this is the time where meme coins outperform, etc., etc. Now, the thing is, people have a misconception about the bull market. Now, the bull market is much harder than the bear market, psychologically. Now, the bear market is very simple. Okay, we are in the bear market. We know things go down 90%, 95%, of course. Still, seeing it in real life is one thing. But you dollar cost average, you buy when you can, you buy every week, you buy every month, you buy whenever possible, and that's about it. The bull market is much more torturous because you see other coins pumping while your coins may not be pumping at the same time. So, for example, if I didn't have Andy, as well as some of the other lottery tickets, which have been doing very well, I would also be stressed out because a lot of things have been pumping and not the things I'm in. So that is the difficult part, because it can be the case that some section of the altcoins start to pump, you're not in them, you chase them, you end up trading what you have here to go chase the move over there, that move dries up, and then these coins start pumping, and you get slice and diced back and forth. Now, here is where the influencers are very dangerous, because they talk about the coins that have been running. So they talk about the coins that already have a massive run. The idea is you go and you look at the chart, you see a big fat green candle, you say, oh my God, this guy is saying there's gonna go another 10x. You buy it, most of the time you get destroyed. They talk about it because since the coin went up a lot, it starts trending on DEX tools and DEX screener and on ETH trading and all of this kind of stuff, on Twitter and all of it. So it grabs your attention. So then you search for it, you find a video of this guy, and here you go, there's a guy on YouTube saying that this thing is going to go to $50 billion market cap, blah, 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 all of this kind of stuff. You chase the move and you end up getting destroyed. You see, the influencer is just talking about it because he knows that there's a lot of interest in them, so that he collects a lot of ad revenue and hopefully some new members to his Patreon. That's it. That's his goal. Okay? Understand that very well. This is their incentive, is to talk about things that already had a run. And the issue with the bull market as well is that people think, oh yeah, bull market things go parabolic and they go high dramatically. True. But they don't go up every day. They don't go up every week. In fact, during bull markets, Bitcoin sometimes have retracements of 40%. Altcoins have retracements of 60 and 70% during the bull market. You see, when people say, oh, bull market, the majority of things go up 100-fold and blah, blah, blah. That is if you buy, for example, in April 2000, that is if you buy in December 2016 and you sell in December 2017. See what I mean? That's when that happens. In other words, you buy one day, you disappear, and then you come back at the end of the cycle and you sell. If you're here every day, every week, that's not how it goes. it can be nerve-wracking for two reasons, as I've mentioned. Number one, because you have a lot of big retracements during the bull market, and number two, if other coins start to pump outside the ones that you have, and you feel the urge to chase those moves, sell off your coins, and then your coins pump, and you get lost in translation, and you even think something like, oh, as soon as I sell, the market just goes up. As soon as I buy, the market just goes down. There's like this evil entity on top of me, seeing what I'm doing, and basically trying to destroy my life. This is how people end up thinking. Now, this is why, to me, I think 2025. I look for top signals. So you remember in the beginning of the year, I said maybe an Ethereum spot ETF may be a top signal for the cycle. Clearly is not. But I also said if it happens within, before Q4 2024, probably it's not going to be the top. So based on what I said, I don't think Ethereum spot ETF was the top. I don't think retail is here yet. I am starting to see some celebrity coins, by the way, like Caitlyn Jenner, but I'm not seeing every celebrity coin, Drake, Eminem, and everybody you can, Denzel Washington, everybody can imagine. We're still not seeing that. Is retail here? No. Coinbase app is like number 300 in the Apple and the Android store. Retail's not here. Is there widespread euphoria? Is it somebody claiming that the dollar will be replaced by Bitcoin? Is Jim Cramer making a full episode about a coin? Is Jim Cramer launching a meme coin? None of these things are happening. So euphoria is still not here. Now with Ethereum, there's the potential that the day we start trading, we actually go down for a bit. Although I think that the majority of the buy the rumor, sell the news event, which by the way, we still didn't touch the high after I've said that. And I did say that the buy the rumor, sell the news event should last about at least 10 days. So I think we are in day, 8? So, or 7. So, 3 more days to go maybe. And we should get out of this. And, Ethereum is much easier to pump. It's deflationary occasionally. It is much less liquid, so it pumps more. And you don't need, to basically sell hundreds of millions of them to pay for electricity. And you don't have Mt. Gox on top of your head to be sold. So I do think Ethereum may outperform. Does that mean that Bitcoin is going to go to zero? No, I've already told you. I think Bitcoin will end up the cycle somewhere between $240,000 and $276,000. I will have a better view as we progress in the cycle. But just FYI, for those of you who is this first bull market, bear in mind that we don't just go up every single day of the week, and not all the coins move at the exact same time. But when we have the euphoria, it's great. By the way, very important, the biggest parts of the move happen in the last 20% of the time of the bull market. Meaning, let's say it's 20% left for the bull market to happen. That's when 60% of the moves go up. When you're having a lot of fun, feeling extremely in ecstasy, and you think that there's never going to be a crypto bear market, and you start to convince yourself why there's never going to be a bear market again in crypto, that's probably time. And Coinbase is the most downloaded app in the stores. That is most likely the top is in or is approaching rapidly. And with that, guys, I'll leave you be. Thank you very much for your support, and I'll catch you in the next one.